Have you ever heard the story of the queen who married an old man? No, this isn't a fairy tale about a princess forced into a political marriage. This is the real and frankly kind of wild story of Queen Maria Christina of Spain. Now picture this, it's 1829.
King Ferdinand VII of Spain is on his fourth wife.
His first three, all passed away without giving him an heir. The entire kingdom is holding its breath. If Ferdinand dies without a child, the throne passes to his super conservative brother Carlos. And let's just say a lot of people were not thrilled about that idea. Enter Maria Christina of Naples in Sicily. She's young, she's beautiful, she's Ferdinand's niece. Yeah, let's just gloss over that part. Royal families were complicated. But most importantly, she has one job: produce an heir. And she delivers twice. She gives birth to two daughters, the eldest being Isabella. Now here's where it gets juicy. Spain had this law, the Salic Law, which said women couldn't inherit the throne. But Ferdinand, wanting his own daughter to rule, pulls a fast one and changes the law right before he dies. So when he passes away in 1833, his 3-year-old daughter Isabella is now Queen Isabella II, and who's in charge until she's old enough? Her mother, the now Queen Regent Maria Christina. You can imagine how well that went down with Uncle Carlos. He immediately declared himself the rightful king, and boom, civil war. The first Carlist war Spain is torn apart. So here's Maria Christina, a young widow in her 20s ruling a country at war, trying to protect her daughter's crown. It's a high-stakes, high-stress situation. You'd think her mind would be entirely on politics, on military strategy, on securing alliances, right? Well, not entirely, because just 3 months after her husband, the king, died, 3 months, she secretly gets married again. And who is the lucky guy? A powerful duke? A foreign prince who could bring armies to her aid? Nope, she marries an old man. Okay, I'll admit I was being a little dramatic with the old man part. He wasn't ancient, but he was certainly no king. His name was Agustin Fernando Muñoz, and he was a sergeant in the Royal Guard. A handsome, well-built bodyguard, essentially. She had noticed him on duty. A classic case of eye contact across a crowded palace courtyard. And she fell for him hard. This was an insane risk. This marriage was morganatic, meaning he wouldn't become king and their children couldn't inherit the throne. But more importantly, if the public found out that the grieving Queen Regent, the symbol of the nation, was secretly married to a common soldier while they were fighting a brutal civil war for her daughter, it would be a scandal of epic proportions. Her own government would probably force her to abdicate. So they kept it a complete secret for years. They lived in the same palace, but their lives were a constant charade. By day, she was the solemn Queen Regent, he was the humble guardsman. By night, they were husband and wife. And they were busy. They had 8 children together. 8. Can you imagine trying to hide 8 pregnancies and 8 children while you're the most famous woman in the country? It's a logistical nightmare. The kids were nicknamed the Little Muñozes and were quietly shuffled away to be raised in secrecy. The whole thing was like a historical soap opera. Whispers and rumors were everywhere. People noticed Muñoz getting promotions and titles he hadn't exactly earned. They called him the Queen's plaything. The government was constantly on edge, trying to manage the rumors while fighting a war. Finally, in 1840, the political situation became too much. A progressive general, Baldomero Espartero, staged a coup. He basically gave Maria Christina an ultimatum. Either you publicly admit your secret marriage or you get out of Spain. She chose her husband. She renounced the regency, leaving her 10-year-old daughter, Queen Isabella II, behind, and went into exile in France with Muñoz and their children. It was there, finally, that they could live openly as a family. They eventually got their marriage officially and publicly recognized by Queen Isabella years later. So was she a foolish woman led by her heart? Or a woman who simply refused to sacrifice her personal happiness for a crown she never really asked for? She was a queen, a regent, a mother to a future queen, and a wife to a common soldier, all at the same time. Her story is a powerful reminder that behind the grand titles and historical portraits are real people with complicated, messy, and passionate lives. She was the queen who risked it all, not for power or for a kingdom, but for the man she loved. And that's a story worth remembering.